Alright, here's some more of the stuff here. There's a big container there. There's some more of that down there. That's interesting. We got an ice machine. We got an ice machine in the middle of there, I guess. All this stuff's already been here. This is what we're paying approximately $8 for, is to get this done for the fourth time rather. First 3 times. The third time, rather. They built that building up there. And it was supposed to take care of our water needs. There's the old building right there. That's a really old building. Everything. It's all interesting, I guess. But the life room. Hopefully nobody's going to get that close to it anyway. Anyway, I hope I'm doing a good video. Right now I'm just talking more than anything. But anyway, they built this building, I guess in the 90s or something like that. Somewhere in the 90s or late 90s, early 2000s. And they couldn't get the water to mix. And I've posted to Channel 6, the article from Channel 6 on there about it several times. And then if I remember right, then they got water from Lake Spavinal out here, and they couldn't make that work. And then they tried again from Lake Uglaw, and that didn't work. So now we're being charged $8 $8 a month extra, so they can try for a fourth time. Yeah, it was definitely a fourth time. Yeah, I'm all for progress. Don't want to see a town not have the capability of feeding itself water, especially with all the stuff that we go through to get all this stuff going. But after 3 times, I think you need to reevaluate what you're doing. But anyway, yeah. See, that's the water lines coming out. Hey, it's all good with me. I have to take 4 times to do this. And I got a dumpster right there. Got the weights to hold it down. I'm going to go a little bit past anyway, so it doesn't look as obvious. But, I mean, sorry, my complaint is the fact that it takes so long for them to do stuff, and they had it built, and now all of a sudden they're refinancing the thing, and charging us $8 a month on average. At least that's what my mom tells me. To do all this work. Why didn't we just do this to begin with, is my thing. And not, again, progress that I can understand. You gotta have water, you gotta be able to supply water. If you're gonna be the person supplying the water, you need to be able to do it. But again, when you have to do it 4 times, you have to go get it right this time. But I'm fascinated with this kind of work. Why it takes the city so many times to get things done right. And I don't want to hear, well, it's the last administration's fault. Well, the people that were working, the non-elected officials that were working in the city water department were still there, are still there, at least to my knowledge. So the fact of the matter is, you know, something stinks real bad here and everything, and it's like they're just screwing people over. You know, to get water, we're going to do it 4 times. You know, there's water lines running from Babineau and Dooligal, according to the Channel 6 article that I've posted several times. Not that I know whether they've taken it down or not, but anyway, you know, and then there's that deal there. That's the old water plant again. You know, they dug a big hole and stuff, and it's interesting. You know, it took 4 times to get. This is the 4th time we're going to get to this point. Yeah, and then we got somebody that's going in there to work, I guess. Yeah, we got somebody going in there. You know, and like I said, if this was the first time, you wouldn't hear me bitching one bit. But this is the 4th time that we've done this. You know, after the 2nd time, you really need to evaluate what you're doing. You know, the mixer wouldn't mix right. The chemicals and the water wouldn't mix right. Well, why don't we just bypass the chemicals and just run the water? You know, at least we have water coming out. And they've opened the gates up and stuff. I guess they're going to work. I must be working at night or something under the cover of darkness. But anyway, you know, and like I said, I'm all for it. I'm not arguing anything or upset about it, and you know, nothing like that. Outside the fact it took 4 times to get to this point. You know, so a lot of people are making money, and we still don't have a bigger volume of water. You know, this stuff interests me, and there's no ill will outside the fact it took this much time to get the water situation right. You know, 4 times is, if you have to do it 4 times on anything, you know, somebody has to bring a car back to me 4 times to get the brakes fixed, they're not going to be happy after, say, the 3rd time or the 2nd time. You know, if they have to come to you 3 times, that's pretty bad, you know. So, you know, hopefully this works out, but we're still paying a ton of money on this deal. They refinanced it till 2037 or something. You know, I'm getting back on again. But there you go. I don't know how very good a video it'll be, but you got that down there. Yeah, and I really don't care if they do get mad, because I can videotape out in public. I'm on public land. This is out the lake. They can go jump in the lake if they don't like it. You know, the fact of the matter is, this is the 4th attempt at getting us a larger water volume for our city. You know, that building was the first, and it didn't mix right, and all this other stuff wasn't there before. That railing out that's out there wasn't there that I showed you on the west side. You know, and you know, nothing was done right. You know, it was a way for individuals to make money, and the city gets screwed and gets a hefty bill for a long time. So, you know, I mean, if people do this, they get shut down as far as be able to keep borrowing money and do stuff like this. You know, like I said, I hope it works out. There's no ill will in that aspect. It's just the fact that this is the 4th time. Like I said, first time was that building, and apparently the chemicals didn't mix right, according to the Channel 6 article. Second time, they ran water from Spavinol, if I remember right. That didn't work, because the chemicals didn't mix right with the water. And then they ran water from Ulaga, and that didn't work right. So, you know, that's a lot of money to flush down the toilet, you know, no pun intended, to not have a bigger water plant. You know, hey, I'm all for it. You know, it's what you have to do, but you don't do it 4 times. You know, there's got to be some criminal negligence there. You know, somebody trying to make a fast buck off the city. You know, and that just tells me that the people that are running the city don't really care about the people in the city, because they always have a comeback for something. Even if it's lame, they have a comeback. But anyway, that's that.